Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Donna, and for those of you who are not, thank you so much for continuing to support my midlife crisis. I hope that today is finding you all well. Today is my September Faves and Flops, and again, as with my empties video, I cannot believe it's that time of year or that time of month already. It seems just crazy to me, and I feel like hold on, there we go. I felt like my camera was like facing down. It turns out it was. Okay, so today is my faves and flops, and I am going to start out with my flops. I do have quite a bit of stuff here today. Thought I had a hair there. So we're just going to get started so that this is not 80 hours long. So the first thing I have here is a product I actually liked a whole lot when I first started it, but as I use it, I see things about it that I don't like, and the biggest thing is that it is the BH Studio Pro Total Coverage Concealer. I think it's an amazing concealer. It does do the total coverage job that it sets out to do, but with that being said, I find that it works more like it could be a foundation in a little tiny bottle, but also like it dries. It makes my under eyes look so dry. And as far as concealer goes, that's typically where I put concealer, you know, mostly under the under eyes, some on the nose, a little bit on the forehead, a little bit on the upper lip, but everywhere I put this, it just kind of looks bad. It just really looks bad. I would be interested to try a different concealer from BH Cosmetics because I really do like their Flawless foundation. Naturally Flawless. I really do like their Naturally Flawless foundation. This just isn't a good match for me, and I would really like to try a different BH Cosmetics concealer to see if it's any better. Just, you know, mature skin, dry under eyes, dry face. I'm gonna need something that has a little more moisture in it. The second thing I have here is this Cover FX Blurring Primer, and we did get this in a boxy charm. And, you know, Cover FX has never let me down, but I have never liked blurring primers, so I don't know why I thought I might like this. I should have just given it up in the beginning. There's still so much in here, but I don't like blurring primers. I don't have large pores. I do have fine lines and wrinkles. Obviously, I'm 42, but I don't find that this stuff does anything. Blurring primers, I don't find do anything but make my skin feel so greasy. And every single time I put this on my face and then put any foundation on top of it, like I do my foundation and I don't like to have to powder my foundation. I do my foundation and then I go and I do my eyebrows. That's the next thing on my makeup step list. And when I do my eyebrows, sometimes I have to wipe away like the mess that I make on my forehead above my eyebrows with my eyebrow pencil because I don't cut my eyebrows out. I just don't know how, and I just don't care. I do care, but my eyebrows are whatever. Every time I have to wipe it away, my foundation wipes off with it, and I believe it's because of this product, because I have foundations that I have never had a problem with. My go-to Holy Grail foundations, my Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation, never has done that before, unless it's on top of this primer. So I really kind of hate this primer. And I don't believe it's Cover FX's fault. I think that any blurring primer I'm going to find issue with. So the next thing I have here is actually a tool, and I got it. Okay, so maybe it's just the brand. The brand I got was actually, it's a TJ Maxx purchase or Marshall's purchase. So I don't even know what brand it is, but it is this. I hate this brush. It is so dense and well product maybe doesn't get into it because of how dense it is. It also doesn't, I used it for foundation like 3 times, today being one of those days, and every single time I have to go in with my dampened blender sponge to blend it out, because this just does nothing but swirl the makeup around on my face, and you can see the swirl lines. You can see the swirl lines. While I say that this did have 3 different sizes to it. There was a smaller size that I actually use for the color underneath my eyes that I find works really well. This one, for foundation purposes, I think these guys for foundation purposes are just stupid. And maybe, like I said, maybe it's the brand. Maybe I have no idea. And maybe this guy is just too small, and maybe it's just too hard for foundation. But it is like literally the hardest brush on the planet, and the makeup just, it was just so streaky. And I mix a lot of my foundations because my skin tone is like, you know, paper, but with a golden aftertone to it, which is so stupid. So I have to mix like super pale with like a golden hue, and I did purchase like an ABH stick foundation that was a little bit golden for me. So I've been mixing it with a super pale one, and today you could see the lines from where the 2 met. It's just, I hate this. I hate this. If anybody uses these and you love them, please tell me what the secret is. Please tell me if it's a brand issue, if they're not all made the same. I don't know. I'd like to know. I bought them because of the hype of them, so. The other thing I have in my fails, one of the last things I have in my fails, is actually something that the last 2 things, I guess, are actually things that I really, really like. But there's a reason why they're in my fails this month, and I'd like to see if I could cater to them differently and make them last differently or make them work differently for me. The one thing is this Hikari Fierce, and I know that I have used this in several eye looks. It is a beautiful like metallic red pigment that's kind of got like this orange shift to it. It is super, super pretty. Super, super pretty. It's so pretty. It's just so beautiful. But the longevity of this is awful. And I have the world's worst case of dealing with Hikari. Like, I have never had anything from Hikari that I really, really liked. I have a like chartreuse colored pigment in here from Hikari that I got from a different Ipsy bag a while ago that I put on my eyes, and I was so excited for it, and it sucked. I have a Hikari liquid eyeliner in the color Iris that's supposed to be this beautiful purple color, and I put it into my empties 1 month. I think it was like 2 months ago, maybe last month, I'm not sure. And I put it into my empties because it was just a POS. It was the biggest piece of crap I have ever encountered in a liquid eyeliner. And then I went to go show everybody on the screen what it looked like, and it performed really well. So I was like, maybe I'll give it another try. Put it on my eye another time, and it is just crap. It performs horribly. This one performs really well. The pigmentation is amazing, but its lasting power sucks. I got home from work the other day, and it had only been on my eyes at that point for, you know, about 8 hours, but I always use really good eye primers, and I've never had a problem with my eyeshadow disappearing before, and this guy was only on my eyes down towards the lash line and nowhere else. Like, it had disappeared on every other portion of my eyelid. I had a meeting that day with my boss, and I got home and I'm like, wow, this looks awesome. Like, what? The other thing I have here that is not necessarily a fail for me, I just want to try it again and see if it is the culprit, and if it is, then it would be a fail. But it's kind of an in-between for me right now. It's a fave and a flop for me right now. Is this Tarte Knockout Tingling Treatment. So I bought this because of all the hype that it gets here on YouTube. I thought I'm going to try this. It's formulated to exfoliate, balance, and minimize appearance of pores. I don't have large pores, but I like the exfoliate and balance portion of it. You put just a little bit on a cotton pad and you wipe your face with it and your neck and your décolleté, and I thought it would be amazing for facial cleansing, but I've used it once. I have super sensitive skin, so I start with skincare very slowly. I've used it once, and right after I used it, like right down in this area, I got like what looked to be or appeared to be diaper rash. It was a nice rash all along here on my chin area. So, and it was the kind of rash for me that also swells. So I'm not sure if it was this product or not, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, there really shouldn't, like, I have other cleansers in my menagerie of cleansers that have these items in it. So I'm going to try it again. We're going to see how it is. If that is the outcome of use of this, then it's definitely a flop for me. The reason why it's kind of on the fence for me as far as faves and flops go is because I love how this makes your face feel. Like, it goes on and it really does tingle, and it's supposed to, right? It's supposed to. But at first you're like, whoa, what is that? What is that feeling? It feels really strange, and I feel like my face is super clean afterwards. And you leave it on and it gets kind of sticky, and then you can put stuff on over the top of it. I didn't though that night. I used it, cleaned my face and left it that way, and then washed my face off and went to bed. I feel like it could be a really amazing cleanser if it works. If it doesn't cause my diaper rash issue on my face. Like, who wants that? Not me. So the next thing I have is another tool. It is this, the Foreo Luna Foreo Luna, whatever it is. I love this guy. He is a little tiny skin cleaner. I love the little face thing that goes on back here. You turn them on. These two little metal nubs. I know he's been part of my faves before. Oh, we're moving on into faves in case I didn't say that. This is the Foreo Luna Foreo Luna, whatever. These two little metal nubs down back here, if you put them on certain parts of your face, they tell you how dry or moist, how dry or hydrated your face is, and I really love that about this guy. I've seen somewhere that some people are having problems with the app and it only speaking to them in like foreign language. I don't have a problem with it. My app is in English. If you guys need help, let me know. I can probably help you. But I do love this guy for cleaning my face. Another thing I have is another tool, and it is this Luxie Duo Fiber Powder Brush that we got in BoxyCharm. It looks like this. He is clean, even though he doesn't look clean. I just cleaned him. I have been using this for blush, and I absolutely love it. I don't think that that's the reason that it is, but I have been using it for blush, and I find that it works really well, especially for blush that is super pigmented. Like, it just picks up just enough, and you put it on your face, and you just like do in circular motions, and it just looks so beautiful, and I don't have to worry about the super pigmented blushes that are in my collection. The one thing I don't like is using it with the lesser pigmented blushes, because it picks up just enough color but not enough color to like get all streaky on your face. So the less pigmented blushes in my collection, I don't typically use this guy with. But I do love it. And funny story, I was watching Jen Loves Reviews the other day, and she did a BoxyCharm unboxing for the last 3 months, and she said she uses this brush for the same thing. So I'm like, okay, well, I must be doing something right? Cool beans. Maybe I'm doing something right. The next thing I have is this. It is something that I received for free for review from Influencer. It is something I've already done my review on, and I will link it in the cards, but I love this stuff. This is the Perricone MD Essential Effects Rejuvenated Moisturizer. I cannot say that word. I'm so sorry, guys. But this is what it looks like. I love this stuff. So I put this stuff on in the morning and at night. So twice a day. I've used so much of it, and I'm so sad because it's like $179 for this size and $98 for the size smaller than this. So it's not something that I'm ever going to be able to repurchase, but I love it. It is a moisturizer that goes onto your face, and it feels like a moisturizer going on, but it sits on your face like silk. It feels so good. And the smell of it, initially when I got it, I was like, I don't know if I can deal with this. The smell is a little potent, but it smells like, I just got it on my nose. It kind of smells like soap, like just bar soap is what it reminds me of, but it is amazing. I have these really deep-rooted wrinkles on my forehead. I call the 11s. Let me bring you guys in here. I call them the 11s, and they are right here. Look, watch, I'll scowl. Okay, so they're right there. Prior to use of this product, prior to the use of this product, you could see those 11s in my forehead so much more prominent than you can now, whether I was scowling or not. Also, it's done wonders for my fine lines and wrinkles under my eyes. I love this stuff, and if I could afford it, I would take stock in it because it is amazing. However, Ulta has like a starter kit that's got a 1 ounce of this. It's got the eye serum, and it's got something else. I can't remember what's in it, but like over $300 worth of product in there, but it's far cheaper than just this. And like I said, the 1 ounce bottle is $98. This size, the 2 ounce, which I got for free from review from Influencer, is $200 almost dollars. So I won't be repurchasing that. So the next thing I have is this, actually, and it's kind of funny because I have no clue what it is. I'll have to ask my sister-in-law and get back at you all. But I was at their house, and I have super dry elbows. Super dry elbows. And nothing I do takes away my dry elbows, like to the extent that they hurt. They're so dry they hurt sometimes. And she gave me this, and it's just some kind of salve, and I'll have to ask her what it is. This has been my favorite product of the month. Like, I put it on my elbows. My elbows are super soft. They don't hurt. I feel like it works really well, and I'll have to find out for you guys what is in this, because this is one of my favorites. Next thing I have is this guy. This guy actually kind of surprised me. This is Makeup Revolution Ultra Blush Palette that I got from Ulta, and I got it for like, I think $10. It is the Golden Sugar 2 Rose Gold palette, and I love this blush palette. I have been using it for the last month. I typically stay in like these 4 here, but I have also used these 2. I haven't ventured here yet, but if you guys can see, the palette is a mess. I take my brush and go into whichever colors that I want to, more than one, it doesn't matter to me, and put it on my face, and I end up with this beautiful just glow that is actually the blush. So not only is it really pretty as a blush, but it creates this really pretty like highlight effect to it. This one I think right here is my favorite. It is so pretty. It's just like this really baby doll pink color that just looks beautiful on the face. It is one of my favorites. But this, their Golden Sugar Ultra Blush palette. But this Makeup Revolution blush palette for $10 is certainly worth it. And I've been looking into, actually, I think there is a $20 one as well. I've been looking into getting that one because I like this one so much. The next thing I have to talk about are these guys right here. This is my little Sephora magnetic palette, and it is full of Sydney Grace shadows. I have to tell you, I did a Sydney Grace unboxing video. I also did an eye look with Sydney Grace. I think these were in my favorites last month as well. But as I get more familiar with these shadows, I have to tell you, these are quite possibly the best single eyeshadow formulas I have ever encountered in my life. They're just so pretty. So this is my like yellows, oranges, and purples, and then on the back side I have like blues and greens, and I have worn almost all these colors out to the extent that this palette is now breaking because I've opened and shut it so much. These are amazing single eyeshadow palettes, or single eyeshadow pans, and from an indie brand, like, they shock me. Like, just in and of itself, this color right here, like how pretty that is. That is just such a beautiful color. And this blue, such a beautiful blue. Now those are some of the metallic shades, but even the mattes are just so pretty. I love these shadows. The last thing in my faves for this month is my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. This is something that I kind of put away for a while. I started using my Tarte Chisel palette, and I started using, you know, before I got it from Boxy Luxe, because I purchased it way before we received it and that. I started using other contour stuff. I used the Wet n Wild contour stick. Put this away for quite some time, and then in the last month I have actually kind of used the poop out of it. I even have Pan, which is super exciting, but at the same time not, because I picked this up at TJ Maxx, and I'm not sure that I want to pay full price for a replacement of it, because they now have a different like format for it with removable pans, which is exciting, but I wish this had removable pans. But with that being said, I'm just going to buy this pan and stick it into one of my magnetic palettes, because I love this contour palette. It is amazing. So I use these two colors pretty regularly on my face. I use those to contour, and then I use these two colors together. That's why this one is pan and the other ones do not, because I use this one in addition to this one, and this one in addition to this one. So I use these two colors just to bronze my face. And then these guys down here, kind of, they're sad sacking it. They don't get much use, but that is my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette that has become my favorite all over again. I almost dropped it for like the third time today. Alright guys, that is it. That is all I have for you for my September Faves and Flops. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. That does help me. It helps my channel. Helps me understand what you're wanting to watch and what you don't want to watch. And I would hope also that you loved me or loved this content enough that you would consider subscribing to my crazy midlife crisis. I would definitely love to have you along for the ride, and really would love seeing you in the comments section. Don't forget to hit the bell down there. That will tell you every single time I upload, and I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Sunday, depending on how my work week goes. And I hope to see you guys in the comments section. Until next time, bye guys.